Okay, then she doesn't have a place to live. So where does she go?
So I'm homeless. What's next? Like
McDonald's? Does she go to McDonald's?
No. Okay,
This is so
Battered
wild.
women's shelter. What about that? Battered women's shelter?
This is so wild. I am just catching wind of this. Not really. Yeah, I did check the misunderstood stream last night, but there's a schedule on my other channel, my reaction channel, and I've been adhering to the schedules, guys. I don't know if you noticed that. I am definitely going to stream more about this tomorrow for sure. I'll have the pocket of time available. I have some time to record a video here, and this is wild. So from what I understand, and they say it themselves. So on the Misunderstood podcast, the stream on that channel, which was what the Low-Cow Rejects has now become Misunderstood, and they had something for a little while. Ben and Grace had something, a little bit of a promising channel that could grow and make money, consistent money. But last night, their viewership was a lot lower than before. And it really hurt them. And what Ben decided to do was to get into his theory as to why. And he thinks it was about the dynamic between him and Grace. And man, Grace, Ben, if you guys were trying to run away from the father-daughter weirdness, you did the wrong play. You guys say it's because of people like me or Shamu that your past haunts you. You guys literally just dove right into it. The mud, the crap, the fecal matter of your past, you dove right into it. For content. That's exactly what happened. Saw the viewership was low. So I was like, okay, you need to bring some controversy. Let's bring the controversy back. There's a lot of people, I don't know if it's a lot, there's some people, I don't know how many, some people who think Ben just does it for controversy. And I have to say, there's a good argument for it because we just clearly saw that. The viewership is low. Okay, let's get back into this controversy here. But, guys, it could both be true at the same time that Ben is trying to exploit the controversy here for viewership because views equals potential money. But he's also a creep. Yeah, those are two real things right there. And it's and the proof is this. Listening to this, soaking it in, taking some mental notes, ready for the stream tomorrow. I'm like, this is wild. This is so wild. We're at the point, I need to back this up. I need to back this up because what just happened here on the Thorpe TV is a stream. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me just say, on the Misunderstood, it got so degenerate. It got so bad. The father-daughter dynamic stuff, the sickness of it, the depravity got so bad. How bad? At one point, Ben told Grace just to say that she wants to perform fellatio on him. And at one point, he told her to bend over his legs so he can give her a spanking. And he did that. He did that. But now he this is the guy. This is the guy I was telling you about, man. See? I told you. This is the guy. They're both in it, though. Okay, they're both in it. They will not separate. There is no separating Grace from Ben. But this is the couple, the father-daughter couple, that was going about like moral virtues and ethics about what going with Keemstar when Becky did that allegation thing. I told you, man, they're not ones to be calling anyone out on anything. And they're going right into it. I'm gonna back this up, and we're gonna listen to this again. I'm gonna listen to this again. I will. I'm gonna just take some notes here, gather my thoughts. And this stream I'm listening to, watching, is on Thorpe TV, where they talk about religion. And they doubled down. They doubled down on the weird, degenerate, disgusting coupling they have here, and they have callers question them. It's wild stuff, man.
Really, when I turn 18, say I would like to work in your carpentry business. Is that wrong?
No.
Okay, so that's not wrong. Okay. So why wouldn't you tell that young man you should go and live your own life?
Because I want your daughter to live her life.
No, I'm asking you.
But turn this volume down.
I'm asking you, why wouldn't you tell that young man, don't work for your father? He's a narcissist. Go live your own life. Why wouldn't you say that?
Okay. Can I say
No, you have to answer this question or you're out of here. Answer the question.
Go ahead. What's the question?
The question is, why wouldn't you tell that young man you need to go out and live your own life and you should not work for your father? Why wouldn't you?
Okay, so just let me answer.
Yes.
Okay, first, very respectfully, I think it's a parent's job, a mother, a father, even if
back it up just a little bit.
Father, even if the child has no relationship with their father or their mother, I think that they have to be prepared. Once they reach a certain age, they have to go off on their own.
Okay, so you're not answering my question.
You just contradicted yourself. You just said that a guy's
okay.
kid who stays with him and works in his business is perfectly fine. So how can it be both?
No. So no. I want a specific answer to this question. Why wouldn't you tell? Because I assume you wouldn't tell that young man to quit working for his father and go out on his own. That's what you said. Why not?
I'm not sure what you're looking for.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Charlie.
Come up with an idea. Feel free
He's
to
gonna
be
come
able to
back.
answer basic questions.
Great appearance, Charlie. Thank you.
It's so sick.
They trying to
First
trick
off, Ben's been wearing that same shirt for like a week or something, right? It's a white shirt, but it doesn't look white anymore. There's a weird yellow stain on it.
Charlie. Hey, look, 145.
Let's
We got Chill Force in
go.
here. Oh, I want to.
Let's go.
I hope Chill Force is still in here
because of the controversy.
Look at the comment from Misunderstood.
Look how happy
the
he
last
is.
comment. It's hilarious.
The most recent one?
Absolutely true. Our stream yesterday on Misunderstood. The last comment on it.
This one about.
Oh, it's not the last comment anymore.
Okay, I'll zoom.
But go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so happy.
Okay. Damius
about
Octavius,
this.
thank you for becoming a member for 1 month. Charlie's segment was peak Thorpe TV entertainment. It's classic. It's
Thanks,
classic.
Damius.
Okay, Natman9545 on our last stream on Misunderstood.
A true
said-
hater.
Actually, he's not a hater. He's not 100%.
They're
hater,
loving this.
He's a me hater.
Yeah, at 4 minutes
They
10
love the
seconds. Funny, you
controversy.
gave Chill Force a shout out twice, man.
Yeah.
First time he gained 9 subs. Second time, 1 sub. From 751 to 761 subs. Food for thoughts. Could the tables are turned? Could be the tables are turned and you're the one that needs a shout out from him. So far,
Really?
he's gained, his recent vid gained 3.7k views and 130
Probably.
comments. You, on the other hand, gained 1.5k views and about 10 comments. Down graph. Do the math, Ben. Show your own graph and maybe go throw some donuts towards Chill Force and ask
Yeah.
him to be nice and give you a shout out. Hurry up, Ben. Do it before the upcoming bridge burning. You're ruining your life on so many levels. It's
Oh.
just sad to watch.
Chill Force is
Okay,
going back
I love
away
Fucking
from his
roasted.
Do you
Holy
think? All
shit.
right. Do you think we're gonna have a bridge burning with Chill Force?
No.
Because
Yes.
I would love. Because I noticed there's a few
Just kidding.
tensions with Chill Force, and I have to say this may be a lack of social skills.
He says he's not a hater.
I really enjoy debating, and especially with someone that I'm not that far off from, because I
There-
think that form of interlocution
hmm
can
What?
really draw out something that's subtle and important. And I have the sneaking suspicion that Chill Force and I are just a bit off.
They're not a bridge
Yeah, but
burning, but he's got to do a
slightly-
video
Chill
soon.
Force are
He's
similar.
going to do a video about you forcing me to say that I want to suck your dick.
Yeah, he's
How-
welcome. He's
how
welcome.
awful that
I-
is.
was he pro clutching from yesterday?
He just said it was wild.
Okay,
He was
that's fine.
feeling
Yeah, I will admit, like if you say your daughter and you have an unusual relationship, gotta own that.
Yo,
Unusual,
true.
absolutely. Immoral. I think you could argue for.
Chill
it,
Force
but-
will be our Shamu Jr. He's a much
but-
better Shamu.
Oh, I wanted to say something else to Chill Force. As a Catholic, to a potential Catholic, and I'm not trying to, again, I got to be careful for the Nat Man blowback here. I'm not trying to be condescending, but technically speaking, you said like I had to do these RCIA classes, and it is true that the bishop can ask people to do these things, but RCIA classes are, generally speaking, my experience, and generally speaking, this is true. Everyone but you who's there is going to be there because they want to have a church wedding and their spouse is Catholic and they're not. They have no interest in Catholicism. And they just want to get it over with as quickly as possible. That can be psychologically disappointing. I happen to have a nun who taught the class, and so she had some substance. So I'm not saying it can't be a fruitful thing, but it can make you just feel like, what the fuck? And maybe there are now more like actual converts coming over. I'm not saying those people aren't converts, but they're like convenience converts. They don't. They just want to have the church wedding in the Catholic Church, and they're not opposed to being Catholic, but they're not. If it wasn't for that, they wouldn't be there. That was my experience. Now, I am part of what's called the underground church. You could say I'm the pope of the underground church, but there is no pope. Our pope is the pope.
When was the last time?
But I have found in actual practice as a Catholic,
I don't think he's been to mass in a long time.
Did all these things RCIA in 1994 and converted.
Which is a Protestant, I don't care.
On the local parish church's ability to to do its job, and so that's why I've turned to porn, and I'm doing my own thing because I actually think that most parish churches, and I'm not saying yours necessarily. It's a really interesting world when you get into it as a convert, if you have the same sensibilities as me. Because I'm not saying this worldwide is true. I have absolute faith in the Catholic Church, but I just think de facto in practice, much of what is supposed to have I have no problem with saying that you should take these classes. In many ways, these classes are a mockery of classes about becoming Catholic. They're a mockery and they undermine the faith. And I just want you to know that in principle, you do not need to take these classes. And you can quote the popes on this. If you believe what the Catholic Church believes, you are a Catholic, and you can receive communion.
So this part's kind of boring.
The normal way that you do that is through whatever process the bishops come up with. And then you can always have exceptions. A priest can just simply grill you one-on-one. This is how it used to be. That's still valid. But you receive the communion, the body and blood of Christ, validly, even if you say in conscience, I can't, or for prudential reasons, I can't take these classes. And then you owe it to yourself to be sure of that. And you seem like a person who would be sure of that. But anyways, if you had any questions and you wanted to ask me personally about certain things, you could. I do have a master's degree in theology from a pontifical university, so I do have some authority in these areas. And it's a weird place to be, but I would just warn you that, I think that Catholicism in principle and Catholicism in practice are so far away that in actual fact you cannot participate in
the
life of the church. And that became clear to me during COVID when the church failed in its most basic task of feeding the sheep and offering the sacraments because of something that shouldn't have stopped them at all.
Actually.
And so you could say I'm having a crisis of faith. I love it. And I believe that you can be a Catholic without, and it's like in China, the church is run by the communist government. So there's an underground church. It's more of a formal underground church, but you can have an informal underground church. Anyways,
but you're not
it shouldn't be an impediment. I don't want to be seeming to scandalize you either, because that's terrible. I'm not saying the Catholic Church isn't the one true church. It absolutely is. The sacraments are valid, but for prudential reasons, I have found, and I'm not throwing shade on people who participate, that basically my issue with the church is that you have to check your balls in at the door, and I don't think God wants us to do that. So,
but just to be clear, you're not like what do they call it? A sedevacantist? Or you're not
the Pope is the Pope.
You are a Catholic. You're not saying
I look forward to there being reforms. And if my local parish church didn't completely fail me when I asked it to perform its that pastor to perform his absolute minimum duties, and he absolutely refused to, I would go to it. And I look forward to that reform occurring. And if there's a new priest, I'll try again. But there is this bigger problem that the church has never resolved its issue as to why it failed during COVID. And I think there needs to be, a council or something for that to get corrected. But I don't throw shade on, and if you want to do RCA, that's fine, but you don't have to. And that might feel weird because we're a very formal church.
What if he's not baptized? Just theoretically.
No, there's no.
He would have to get baptized.
Yeah, you have to get baptized.
$20 and Charlie can rejoin. He says he has one more thing to add, but I'm going to need some dollar bills for that.
What?
Charlie, the guy who just called in, would like to rejoin the call. He has one more thing to add. $20 and
no, let him up. He was good natured.
Dad, you are messing up the grift.
Okay, let your daughter grift.
There we go.
I really like people calling in, but I like it being brief.
Ben, do you
Look
think the
at this.
RCIA classes are necessary or not?
No, I don't think they're necessary. They're not
Of
necessary.
course.
The bishop can do it however he wants to do it, and it is the bishop who confers, those sacraments. So it's a relatively new innovation, but you can do that. But you can't. It doesn't mean you're not a Catholic if you don't take RCIA classes.
All right, Charlie, welcome back to the show. You were screaming in the chat that you had just one more thing to add. Please enlighten us.
Charlie,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So Grace, I wish nothing but the best for you.
Thank you.
I just think, how old are you?
22.
Dude, you're young, you're smart. I can tell that you're very confident. You have
Thank
to separate. You have to move on. I'm sure your dad is a
how is
great
this a new point?
You can donate to my Cash App and then
Yeah,
I
it's
can get my
not
own
a new
apartment.
point.
You have an answer to my previous
Everyone
question?
has told
Do you want to send me a
Grace.
check?
I don't
Donate
know.
to
Move on.
No, you're a female. I'm not going to play into that game.
She's trying to get money.
Well, I'm poor, so if you really want me to get away, then you can help me make car
Grace.
payments or help me get my own apartment. You really care.
You have to figure that out. You have to make that happen.
Oh,
Okay, well, it doesn't seem like
She's
you really,
trying to.
doesn't seem like you really
By
want
hitting
help.
you up.
I'm young
No.
and poor and vulnerable.
You know what? There's a reason why you're young and poor and vulnerable, because your father failed you. You shouldn't be sitting next to your father right now. You don't
True, but you should be my daddy and help me out.
Mm.
The
She needs a
fuck?
new daddy.
He didn't provide. Maybe you can.
She fleeced me every time I got.
Yeah,
No, this is really sad what you're trying to
he's
do.
worthless.
Act normal. Act normal. Act normal.
Do you know in the Bible it says, if you
That's
say
the
to someone who's hungry,
The Bible. There's no
naked,
such
I
thing
wish
as
you
the
had
Bible.
food, I wish you had clothing. This is not really Bible specific. It doesn't really do much unless you give them clothing or give them food. So
Mhm.
if you would like Grace to be independent, the way that you become an independent bitch is you get money, you get that bag, you get paid.
Yes.
So what's it gonna be, boy?
Some money would really help me to
Couple
live
of
my own
bucks.
Oh,
life.
it's
Yeah.
Couple
so
of bucks.
grimy.
Maybe that bag of French fries, when she ingests it and gets filled with the radiance of the French fry oil and potato,
He freaks
will
out every time I
finally
bring it up.
help her to see the light of what you're saying.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
So your father has a way of going on for like 10, 20 minutes, 10 hours. He'll just go on and on and on and on. He doesn't make any sense. You need to separate yourself. Figure out your own destiny. Go your own
Everyone
path. Don't
says
listen to
that.
You can go your own way.
He doesn't care at all.
And some money would really help me do that. Otherwise, I'm kind of stuck in the situation I'm in. Sorry.
You
Gotta make some money on YouTube so that I can like get an apartment and stuff because I'm homeless, living in an RV with my dad. So money would really help if you really cared. But
Okay, can I say something to you?
last comment. Last
I think
comment.
you're smart. You're creative more than most people your age. Do your own thing. Do your own YouTube channel. Maybe people
Everyone has
donate
told
money to
Grace
you.
this.
Don't
Thank
rely
you.
on it. Well, no, I'm
She
not.
does her own, she does her own
I
stream.
do lots of my own stuff. Yeah.
But you got to separate yourself. This individual's holding you back. So I'm going to hang up on you guys. You're not going to hang up on me. I want.
There we go.
Ah,
Bye,
beat you to it.
bye,
Beat you to
bye,
it,
bye.
You thought you were gonna
Too
play that
slow,
one.
Boomer. Too slow.
No, we got
Too
another
slow.
guy, Stephen King or King Stephen.
King Stephen, welcome to the show. You are on the air.
Hello. Who's
Hello.
your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Phone.
No. He's sitting right next to me.
You just said you
What's-
needed a new daddy. That this one doesn't provide.
Oh no, this is the fucking guy who sounds like John Malkovich.
Yes.
Grace,
Right?
you remember?
Do you have an offer? Do you have an
How
offer?
special? How special? Yeah, I was wondering, is Grace going to become an escort? Is she going to start sleeping with other daddies rather than her daddy? Or
Oh,
Are you making an offer?
How much?
well, she said she needs an apartment. I'm independently wealthy. I'm
this
a king,
caller is
so
trying
do you
to
need a
get us.
building, or what do you need? Do you need a whole building, or what do you just need? Just one unit?
Apartment, car, money, clothes.
What kind of car are you thinking of? You
Air
need clothes?
treatments.
Oh, this caller's sick.
Okay.
Oh, Momo, thank you for the $2. Ayo, dude, figure it out, dude. Boomer tier advice, A+. Let's go. Let's go.
$2 is not going to get you there, dude. We're talking about hundreds of thousands here. So,
Yeah, that's the least.
what kind of vehicle are you looking at? What kind of vehicle would you like to drive?
I really like those green convertibles from like the 60s. I don't know what they're called though.
Porsche?
Something like that. Yeah. Like forest green.
Car.
You're worried about the color, Grace?
I'm not
Forest
worried
green.
about it. I'm just saying what my preference would be.
And what do you demand in return?
Yeah. What kind of car do you want? A green one?
One of those green
I want a
ones.
green one.
Forest green. What do I demand in return?
Yeah.
This is an odd situation. We're negotiating over your daughter, Ben.
Mhm.
Are those crosses behind you? Or are you
Ben
Catholic?
loves
What is
this.
Yes. And you know what that means? You got to pay to play.
Ayo.
You want that hymen? You give that diamond.
Does she
Let's
still have her
go.
hymen though? Does she still have the hymen?
All right. You want an on-camera
All
question?
right, let's-
Grace, here we go.
Get the whoops. Get the
Let's see it,
What
let's
do
see
they call that? Spatula?
Did you just kick the
We
microphone?
can maybe get a
Right.
Muslim, we could get a Muslim imam to independently verify.
Yeah.
But
Go
let's
to
say,
his tent.
but let's say you get the hymen
Spatula?
check,
What's it called?
and the imam says like, "Oh yes, she is
Intact.
ready.
Is-
She will
is
soil
an
your
imam-
blanket on first night. I guarantee."
Okay, yeah. Let's just hypothetical. Speculum. Yeah, speculum.
Is an imam, is that similar to a rabbi, except the rabbis suck on baby foreskin, don't they, when they do the bris or whatever it's called?
I've
The
got
oy
you.
vey.
Don't
The
worry.
oy vey.
Ooh,
An
baby.
imam, an imam is
Bye-bye,
a hymen
Squire.
checker.
They do.
They're-
They do
they're-
hymen. I'm not sure in America. but they do
Hyman inspection.
certify. It's sort of like, you know what I mean? Like if the guy's like making an offer.
Yeah.
This is the inspector of the hymen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say she gets a clean inspection.
Clean bill of health.
Hymen intact.
Mhm.
What are we talking about?
What's the offer?
It's really a one time. You can't really say like, well,
First offer would be 250K.
This is the
She might be
grift
worth
now.
150. Yeah.
Wait,
You
I
wanna
get the
do
money or
it
does he
on
get
his
the
daughter.
money?
You would get the money unless, well, maybe a percentage would go to your pimp, Ben.
$250,000 for your pussy, Grace.
That's a little low.
It seems low.
Yeah.
$250,000
This day and age. This day and age.
Do you know how rare a
She's 5'10".
blonde Aryan virgin is?
Thin. She's amenable to.
Thin.
She's
well, that's not
well,
too far.
Yeah, she's amenable to a regimen of.
She's
Good
getting
to
a little
help
chunky
you
in
BMI
recent months.
range. Let's just say
She's
that.
got to lose a little bit. She's got to lose a few pounds. She's getting a little bit chubby.
Okay. Add an extra 10K for every 5 pounds.
Did she lose?
I mean, you
Yeah,
don't want her too skinny, do you?
No, not too skinny. I don't like him too skinny, but
Do you
she
want her
said
to work
skinny
out?
and then she took it back. She retracted
You
the
said
skinny.
thin.
You want her to be in shape,
Okay.
like muscular.
Yeah. I want her to be in shape, but she's still got to she's got to do some squats and work on that booty because she's kind of getting the flat butt from
Mhm.
sitting down.
Well, she's
gotta
never
do
going to be
some
like a
squats.
black girl, like a
Yeah,
black
I'm
girl,
never
like a
gonna
have
black
a bubble
girl,
butt.
like
It's
a
not
black
gonna
girl.
happen.
She's never going to be like that. I know.
No. You're talking about a Nordic queen, not a sub-Saharan queen.
I will survive the
Although,
winters.
if
You
you
know
are
what I mean?
interested in that, I believe the rates are much lower.
Hey, hold
But
on.
she brushes her teeth once a week. I don't know. Is that true? That can't be true.
Once
Is
a week.
I have a
Brush your
relaxed
teeth
take on
every day,
personal hygiene.
twice a day.
Let's do
A relaxed take
Okay.
on personal hygiene.
I think we have good. But
Is the tongue okay?
question
When
is,
you stick out the tongue, it's not a Miley Cyrus.
You're
It's a little white to be
she's
honest.
amenable
I've
to
had it
any
for a while.
regimen.
I don't know what it's
She's
from.
amenable to any regimen you impose on her, but like so far so good, I think.
Would she see a dentist and get the dental checked out as well as
I've
the
never
hymen?
had a cavity.
Absolutely.
No cavities?
Yeah.
Do you still have that little dangling little speed bag
Sorry,
at the that
uvula.
little
She has a scar. You
yeah,
want to show me?
the uvula? Yeah, sorry.
I have a in between my boobs. You can't really see it, but I have a
You did a
surgery
great
scar.
job.
Very well done.
So
Sort of
the-
adds to the cleavage.
The heart is a little.
I may have to have surgery done when I'm like 35 or something
Yeah.
to replace a valve that is
Just want to be
kind of
upfront.
weak.
Just want to be upfront.
So that is sort of a defect, but it doesn't
Yeah. This is the
impact me.
Carfax. One accident. Mom, I think, was responsible, but
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Grace
More
fax.
than-
Give me the, instead of the Carfax, the Grace fax. That sounds good. A heart valve at 35,
Mhm.
perhaps.
Charlie really wants to join. You know what? Let's just let's have a sim
No,
battle
get rid of
with
these
these
guys.
two. No, I just want to
Go
hear them.
into my porn.
I want to hear them interact for like a few minutes. All right, you're both live, okay?
Okay,
Charlie,
okay.
Charlie, you wanted me to get away from my dad. What do you think about this guy, King Steven? He's offering
Legitimate offer.
$250,000.
$250,000.
Do you think I should take the offer? Get away
This
from my
is
dad?
so sick.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Speak up, Charlie. Speak up.
I feel like you two are like alternate versions of each other.
Grace, how old are you?
Oh my god.
Charlie, you got to get off the drugs, bro.
I'm not on drugs. I want her to live her life. I want her to go out and explore.
20?
I want-
Shoot.
22.
Okay, so you're 22. You got to stop. Listen, separate yourself from this monster. Your
Can't
father
save
is a
her.
horrible human being.
Okay,
You're-
what about this King
Cannot
Steven guy? He's
save
offering
her.
me $250,000 to be his, I don't know,
Okay,
concubine.
I've been listening for the last 10 minutes. Nothing this person has said has resonated with me. I won't remember anything that he said. He's an absolute drib drowl. He's he's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I want Grace. Live your life.
He's a
I
bomb.
want you to live your life.
He's a bomb.
How is this new? What is new about this?
There's nothing new. I want her to live her life.
Could ask Ben where his
Alright.
kids
So
are
how is
at.
it? Do you agree with the definition that if you do the same thing,
Happened to his
and
I don't
wife.
agree with anything. I want her to live
definition
her
of
life.
insanity?
She's smart. She's got a unique brain. I want her to separate herself from you and just go out and explore the world. Live her life. She's
Okay.
wasting her time with
Give
you.
us step one. What's step one?
The step one is to eliminate you from her life.
Kill me?
No, not kill you.
How would you go about it?
You live your life, but she's got a unique brain.
What's
She has-
step one?
Step one is to say, Dad, I don't want. Listen, we're going to stop this podcast. It was nice
Okay.
knowing you. I want to talk to you maybe once or twice a year, but I'm going
Mhm.
to live my life as a human being.
Okay, then she doesn't have a place to live. So where does she go?
So I'm homeless. What's next? Like legit
McDonald's? Does
homeless.
she go to McDonald's?
No. Okay, she has to figure that out.
Battered women's shelter. What about that? Battered
Grace.
women's shelter?
Grace, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You have a unique brain. Figure
Hold
it
on.
out.
This reminds me of this DM I got one time. It's like one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite DMs ever. It reminds me of this DM I got one time from this guy on Discord. He goes, "Hey, just FYI, I've made sexual comments in your stream, but I'm not trying to hook up with you, lol. I want to interact with your mind. I believe the most attractive thing about you is how your brain processes information." Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, Grace.
Brain Riz. Listen, bitch.
Bitch, I love the way
It's
you process your
about that shit.
information.
It's about
Yo,
that
that
shit.
shit
Ain't about
is
that pussy.
sexy.
About your brain.
Average Destiny viewer.
Can I say something?
Okay, I'm gonna add Siege G to the call. Siege, what's up?
Yes.
Really quick, okay? We're like 10 minutes here, and then we're gonna go back to Bible readings. But what's up, Siege? Welcome to the show.
The Trinity of
We're
Autism.
gonna go back to
Yes.
Bible readings after
You
this.
guys can't hear me?
Yes, we can.
After
Music
Pippin's
out
daughter.
Woo!
Coming
Bible
over.
readings.
Love you,
Grace,
Siege.
can you stand up and do a twirl for me? I want to see the merchandise before.
That's
I-
a-
That's a
That's
fair.
fair.
That's a fair
That
request.
is fair.
Can I say something?
Okay, slowly. Yep. Okay. Yeah, your butt isn't totally flat. That's true.
Good
Hey,
skin
can
tone.
you guys hear me? Can
Can,
you guys
but
hear me?
not
She
cancer.
does have nice legs. She has nice
Yeah.
legs.
Strong, firm, good for the
Strong,
field.
Nordic.
Right, but not
Nordic
Germanic.
You guys
like,
once
Polish.
had something.
But she's not a Twiggy. She's
You-
not an Irish girl.
You went from low-cal
Can you hear me?
rejects to this.
The buttons are popping right off for me. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
This is why we need
Button
King
up.
Stephen. You got to get the top grade Gucci. You can't be
It just
doing this.
popped.
Team could
Hello,
have had
can you
this
hear me? Can
content.
you hear me?
Yes.
Button popping.
Grace, can you hear me?
Team
Live
Star,
your
you
life.
could have had
What are you gonna
this.
say? That's she's gonna tombstone.
I really
Live
like
your
Could
life.
have had
Live your
all
life.
this.
Learn how to sew, bitch.
Can
Well,
you hear me?
that's
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
unfortunately, we can hear you.
You might pop another 10 grand on it.
Can I go? Can I say one last thing before I go?
Yes.
Grace, I wish you the best. Live your life. You gotta just separate yourself.
Bye.
Hey,
Bye,
hey,
Give her all
Charlie.
the
no,
wishes
man,
in
I
the
had
world.
questions for
It's
him,
not
man.
gonna help her.
Jeez.
Oh, okay,
did
you had
you?
questions for Charlie? Okay, Charlie, this guy has questions for you.
He's your
Go ahead.
future, by the way.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
What
man, so-
are your questions?
Yeah, man. So you're saying that, let's see, Grace has to go out and live her life because she's 22. At what age do you have to, as a woman, be able to move out of your parents' house and just go live your life, regardless of the financial stuff, man? So what age is it?
Great question.
So can I say
That
something?
voice is hilarious.
You have to have a good question, though.
Okay, hold on.
Ask me for permission.
Okay,
Charlie.
Matt, have your permission.
Speak up. Say your piece. Say your piece quickly.
Everything that person did was contrived. It was forced.
Hurry
It wasn't funny. It was contrived. It was kind of goofy and ridiculous. Grace, live your
No, you
life.
think that's a fake voice. You think CGD is doing a fake voice. That is not a fake voice. He's not
Oh,
pretending.
wait, we missed a
Someone
dono.
is fake
We missed a
boys.
dono. Momo, thank you for the
Yeah,
$5.
thank you, man.
Worst boomer.
You're welcome.
Worst. Siege, can you read the donos, please? I appreciate
Oh, sure thing. Worst boomer-esque advice ever. Americanism maxing. I'm kicking you out. Figure it out. Pick yourself up out of bootstraps. Day of the pillow now.
Let's go.
Thank you. Great
Thank you for the
comment.
dono.
Charlie, do you have any response to that?
Live your life, damn it.
I think it's disturbing when you're playing your daughter.
Very disturbing.
So we got one guy offering $250K for my pussy. We got
Yeah.
one guy telling me to go live my life. And we got Siege D,
For your pussy,
Criticizing-
upon receipt
Upon
that it is intact.
hymen
for use.
inspection. Yeah, okay.
Charlie,
I
do you ask your mom for permission to go pee, to go use the bathroom? Do you ask
Why
her if you do
are
that?
you laughing? Why are you laughing at that? There's nothing funny about that.
Charlie, be
It's not
honest.
funny what she does to you.
I just want Grace, separate yourself from this horrible human being. Live
So
your life.
Charlie, I didn't
He's
answer
not
your
gonna
question.
separate
You haven't answered
himself.
mine. You haven't answered this guy.
Yeah,
as well.
answer Siege's question.
Charlie, what the fuck,
Come
dude?
on, dude. Siege asked why I have to move out.
No, when?
I asked
Oh,
him at
sorry,
what
when?
age.
When?
When?
Guys.
What age? Man up, Charlie. Man up.
Man up, Charlie. Answer the question.
I
Come
mean,
on.
if she was 16, would you say the same thing? If she was 16?
I think you're a monster father. I think you're
Oh, okay, just ignoring the guy
He
with the
is.
single mommy stripper fundraiser. I get it, man. Jeez, very moral of you, man.
Okay, can you guys please take this pronoun off? Release this pronoun. I get it. He's a pronoun. He's hurt in life. Somebody has damaged him. I get
Guys,
that.
wait, hold on.
PhD?
Charlie, you might be excited
Wait,
by
what
this.
did I do?
Charlie, you might be excited by this, okay? Look, guys, I got 4,000 views on my tweet saying that I'm the perfect candidate to be Nick Fuentes' girlfriend.
Oh,
And a lot of people said true. Hate to admit it, except for everybody saying he's gay.
interesting.
They said you guys would make a great couple.
I think that's true.
I think that is
He's
true.
gay, isn't
He
he?
doesn't want to get married. He's asexual. I'm asexual.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to have kids. I don't want to have kids.
Mhm.
We're both internet brained.
Yep.
I honestly think it's perfect.
It's like
I
Michael Jackson
understand
and,
him. I understand.
Would you blow
He's
him even though you
looking
know he's
sexy, bro.
gay? Would you do that?
I don't know how that would work if he couldn't really get it hard.
What if you dressed up as a dude?
Yeah, I
You'd
mean,
have
I
to
have
show
a
You'd
I
have to
have
show him gay porn or something.
masculine aspects. I could cut my hair short, whatever.
Well, you tried it. You can show them how you tried to come onto Milo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where's my?
You were going to take it gradually. Start with the
Well,
biggins, and
Hugh
then
Hefner used to watch gay porn, and then the Playboy bunnies would blow him.
Yes, yeah.
So maybe you'd have to do that with Nick.
Conversion therapy.
Tell Siege to go into voice acting, Grace. He's amazing.
I know
But-
Josie recommended that to me as well, man.
I'm voice acting as well right
It's
now. by the way.
classic, dude.
CG
Voice
is
acting.
just unreal.
JF, thank you for the £5. Live your life is now on my list of most hated boomerisms. I probably hate it more than
Is
live,
that
laugh, love.
DJF? No.
It's pretty
So,
bad.
Charlie, are you seriously going to answer this question at all besides just say,
Dude,
live
I've
your
been here.
life and
It
this guy's a
doesn't-
monster?
It's
I appreciate
become
the
a
press.
sick,
Let's hear
depraved
it.
comedy. It's like
I'm listening. You guys go ahead. I'm just
it's
listening.
like Jerry
See,
Springer
y'all-
evolved.
Right.
No, I want to learn. I want you guys to educate me. I'm just listening.
Okay,
Except
cool.
it's-
Can I be able to school you here, man?
Real one.
Or-
You know what?
Second
Can I
question
just, first of all, your little cartoon voice. It's kind of.
That's his real voice, dude. I've encountered this guy like all over the place.
It's the real deal, dude.
It's the real deal. It is what it is. It's
Yep.
authentic.
I mean, you could super chat in to be able to help get
Okay,
the
okay, so you can do it like a super chat, and this is my voice, and this is my real voice. And
Charlie,
That's very
Really?
rude. That's very rude.
really?
And I see, like, I'm at my grocery store and I see, like, a girl that I'm attracted to. I'll walk up to her and I'm like, hey, I think you're really pretty. You want to go on a date? You fucking You are the worst of humanity.
It's better than
Charlie,
you.
wow.
It's better than your creepy boomer voice.
Mine's
Quite a
great.
strong
No,
reaction.
it's better than your,
No,
your
wait,
creepy
he
little
just
boomer
puts-
voice.
he just-
Hey,
he just-
how old are you?
He just
What are you doing with your life?
He says CGD is worse than me. CGD
That's
is
his Norman Bates voice.
Get
It's
great
Norman
house, man.
Bates.
But
Yeah,
they're getting
you know,
engagement,
this is like
which
my
is
real
what they
life.
like.
This is how I talk to people. You know, because every woman I meet, they're like, "You're so masculine. I think you can protect me if we're in an alley."
You would be more likable if you had that voice.
I think CGD could pull pussy more than you, Charlie, frankly. Yeah, because bitches would be like, there's something going on there.
He's confident.
With Charlie, it's
Man,
just
he rocks
like,
it.
I don't know, this guy.
Charlie sits down to pee, and he asks his mom if he can.
yeah. I sit down to pee.
Well, we finally got Charlie to crack. He's losing it.
You're welcome.
Triggered.
You're losing it, Charlie. You're losing it. You're losing it, bitch. You're losing it, bitch. Call Ben a monster again. Call Ben a monster.
Common siege victory.
No, listen to my voice. I have a strong alpha.
Yeah, but you played beta to King Stephen.
Damius.
You said, like,
And
you did
Charlie's
ask-
wasting his
you did ask him
time.
permission.
Thank you for the $2, Damius. You broke Charlie.
They all do,
Yeah,
Ben. They all do.
You did break him a little bit.
It's really sick. Great.
Bow to the
Anyway.
king.
I gotta give you King status.
All right.
Great.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. This was an interesting panel. We're going to get back to more prayer. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all
Back
of
to
you.
work, talk about the Bible.
He's going to spiral after
He's
this one.
spurging
He's
privately
losing
now.
it. Thanks, guys.
Could get Harry.
Round of applause. W's in the chat for the panel. All right.
I really do think CGD is terrific.
I
So-
love Siege. Yeah, he couldn't answer Siege. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming up.
No.
Thanks for the super chat earlier, too.
Indeed. Okay, so mass readings.
Yep.
They're gonna read.
For today.
Are they really doing
It's
this?
always nice because it's kind of like, it's beautiful because it's what the church throughout the world is reading, although
Mhm.
different languages now.
Mhm.
But it also can always speak to you. So, reading from the letter to the Hebrews. You want to read it?
Sure.
No.
That's so mean. I like reading.
Do you know what a tabernacle is?
Isn't it the altar that you put the Eucharist on?
Well, it's like a little. The tabernacle is where the Eucharist is in that little house. looking
Yes.
thing.
Right.
Okay. But this is a bigger one. This is here the Old Testament. This is about the Old Testament. Reading from the letter to the Hebrews. A tabernacle was constructed. The outer one, in which were the lampstand, the table, and the bread of offering. This is called the holy place. Behind the second veil was the tabernacle called the Holy of Holies. So it's like an outer, inner.
Really
Okay.
doing this?
But when Christ came as high priest of the good things that have come to be, passing through the greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made by hands,
They get
That
him
is
as a collar.
not belonging to this creation, he entered once for all into the sanctuary, not with the blood of goats and calves, but with his own blood, thus obtaining eternal redemption. For if the blood of goats and bulls and the sprinkling of a heifer's ashes can sanctify those who are defiled, so that their flesh is cleansed, how much more will the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself unblemished to God, cleanse our consciences from dead works to worship the living God? The word of the Lord. Thanks be.
Thanks be to God.
All right, so
Wait, can I try to
that's one of the reasons.
summarize
That's a
what that
tricky
is?
one if you're not familiar. That's Paul reflecting on the relationship of the Old Testament religion
Mhm.
to the New.
He's saying, like, if the old rituals and traditions of, like, sacrificing animals and stuff were supposed to cleanse us and help us, how much more will the sacrifice of God himself in Jesus help us? So it's kind of like, it's echoing the past, but it's better.
Yeah, in a sense, he's saying like all of that stuff, which for the Jews at the time, and really for all humanity, was like the true place where God and man could be reconciled
Mhm.
through animal sacrifices and through an actual building
Mhm.
that was a tabernacle. Through Christ, who becomes the new temple, his blood, which is the blood that is both human, it's a human sacrifice, and divine, we obtain reconciliation with God on a much greater level.
Why would anybody listen to Ben?
So it's really
Talk
to
about
Jews.
religion after this.
We don't really, you know what I mean? We're not familiar with animal sacrifice, but that's more like to Jews to say like, this is a way better thing than what we're doing. But in some sense, it's continuity.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, then the gospel. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Glory to you, O Lord. Oh, this will do a little bit. This is a short one. Jesus came with his disciples into the house. Again, the crowd gathered, making it impossible for them even to eat. When his relatives heard of this, they set out to seize him. For they said, he is out of his mind. The gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus
That's
Christ.
a
That's
weird little
it?
story. Jesus came with his disciples into the house. I mean, this is a Saturday reading, so it's not one of the big ones. But
Yeah.
like, again, the crowd gathered,
Mhm.
making it impossible for them even to eat. When his relatives heard of this, they set out to seize him, for they said, he is out of his mind. He's crazy.
Was this when he was a kid or like a... No, disciples. He was an
Yes,
adult.
disciples. They give a little intro to it, which is not church sanctioned.
I'm hoping another
This
caller
statement seems to
comes
point out
in.
a course of conduct so unexpected
Something
and
juicy.
extraordinary that people failed to understand.
I don't know how
Even those who knew Christ
juicier
intimately
we can get.
did not realize his compassion and love for the crowd. I think that's a good
Oh, okay.
interpretation. He let way more people in than a sane person would let in.
Right.
To the house with him to share bread. And to the extent that his relatives said,
bro,
"You
he's
crazy."
I get that. That makes more sense.
You need to be you need to be 5150 because you are so relational. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that tells us something about us too, that we should be the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy in our openness. Everybody come in, share, be vulnerable. Yeah, some guy might go for a little whatever one of these or something like that.
That guy's you.
That is better than being like everyone becoming more and more autistic.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we always say, like, well, first, before we do anything, we got to make sure that we get everything ordered and organized so there's no chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus is kind of saying, just let it happen. Be fruitful and multiply.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not concerned about making sure everyone's safe and feels like I just slam in, squish in. It's fun. Yeah. Now, I would say as an analogy, you're familiar. I don't know why I was thinking of this morning. With being part of a large dysfunctional family, highly dysfunctional family, way more dysfunctional than I realized.
Yeah.
But I say the same thing to all those people out here. If you get married, or even if you don't get married, but you end up having kids, have lots of them. Because
I agree with that.
You could say, like, wow, that's a lot more. You're doing a lot more damage. Don't do that.
Have kids, but you don't take care of them, Ben.
Having lots of kids.
That part.
And being one of lots of kids, because I was part of a large family too. Even also incredibly dysfunctional.
Oh, baby.
3 brothers and 2 half sisters, 2 dads, both of whom my mother divorced. It's way better to bump into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot.
That's definitely true.
And I think even though you have a lot of like tough relationships with your siblings, especially your oldest brother John, I don't think you regret having had the experience of having a brother very close to you in age
relationship.
and navigating all of that with him.
Good.
It makes
there
you
were
a
like
richer
good times.
person.
We were all on top of each other on like 2 bunk beds in a tiny room. It's just endlessly bumping into each other, fighting. It was a good time. It was a good time.
And in general, like, this is how the church should be run. Instead of saying like, well, we got to make sure it's just let everybody in. Let everybody in. Take risks. So much so that like a priest, it should be people saying, his family should be saying, you're crazy. There's so many people flocking in here.
Yeah.
And you're so open and you leave your door. You know what I mean? Like, do that and take the risk. And you'll be doing what Jesus is doing. Now, is it important sometimes to have boundaries in some ways? Yeah, obviously. But where are we headed as a society now that we really emphasize that?
That's rich.
We're headed towards a society in which people don't want to be alive. Yeah. And what's missing more than anything else? Relationships. Can relationships be bad? Yeah. Can you get hurt? Yeah. Is the solution to like create bubbles in which we live protected by laws and increasing numbers? No. And that's a great segue to, by the way. Delicious.
Zip it. Oh no, do it in the microphone. Do it into the microphone. Yes. Yes.
And by the way, when you say that these are covered like this, zip gina.
Yeah.
And when you don't have that and you leave it in there, so you get the water damage.
Such a dirty creep, dude.
A little.
Yeah.
You got that kind of damage, which is kind of cool too, because it's kind of like aged.
Yes.
And these retards will go, oh, you must use that one a lot. No, it just got wet.
Little fat ass says, can you read me a sexy passage from the Bible? A sexy one.
The Song of Solomon is a sexual poem. I used to read it to Grace every night.
That was when it all started. Speaking of...
Your breasts are like fountains. Your hair is like a goat. So stuff like that, because they were shepherds. It's like, oh, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, for all those that say it's just... it's just an act.
Do I deserve a smoke after all of the
Man, it is.
Do you need a smoke?
It's not just
Can I have
an act, bro.
Psychosexual interaction is what you mean.
Yeah, I need to, calm down.
Are they stirring it up on purpose?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you wanted to segue. Can we segue? And then I go have a smoke?
The segue is, because I do think it's kind of antisocial when I'm saying, like, okay, I just put that away. And you're like, can I leave?
Yeah, right. So,
dick in hand.
I don't want to do that.
I appreciate
I didn't remember.
Now, I was segueing to this pixie thing.
Yes, about like we should kind of be all like on top of each other and not all this like bubbles and consent and stuff like that.
Because the latest Destiny drama, which we cover because we know a lot about this, we've experienced this, we critiqued it, we were cast out of this society, and would love to, once again, especially me, be part of, the people.
No
who can
one
have debates,
wants
including
y'all.
one I think would be a great one about revenge porn. So I'm putting it out there as the undisputed champion of the debate world.
Mm-hmm.
Undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now we can see why. You can see very clearly how the mechanism works in which I was excluded. And it was because I'm the undisputed champion of the debate world. Listen to this debate possible.
Sorry, I just got excited because Mr. Girl's doing his call-ins tonight. Maybe you could debate him about this on his call-ins. But go ahead. Introduce it.
I'd rather have conversations with people like Mr. Girl, but I could. But revenge porn laws, which are an innovation, and they're an innovation because they're kind of foreign to our, and especially that VAWA law about dissemination of material, are counterproductive for the good of society. In that they infantilize women even more than they've already been infantilized. Now, those of you who might be debaters out there would say like, oh, that's an easy one. I can just kind of railroad you and win. That's true. You could just say like, are you kidding me, right, the whole time, and act like an asshole and talk over me. And you would largely be seen as a winner by the crowd because the mob is already convinced of this. And yet I'm willing to take that hand and argue on any platform with any moderator. So the last guy I debated,
you've gone in this,
who I want to be very generous to by saying he's claims not to be a debater. Man. I think I was universally like seen as
your debate with Glenn Lawrence
was a crushing victory for me. Well, not a defeat for him because he didn't claim to be one. But some folks might be hesitant to get back in the ring with me, and I say, let's do it. Let's do it. I'd love to do it. I'd love to do it tonight. I think it'd be really interesting. And there was a guy named Connor, who's from something called Counterpoints, who was trying to make similar arguments, but not as strong as mine, with Kuhlman.
Yeah, I'd love to go over that.
Yesterday, and you'd love to go over that. Now I am experiencing
hunger.
That's right. But we have food.
We have PB&J. You want a PB&J? Okay, I gotta grab the RV. Is this your basic thing?
Revenge porn laws, and I would say especially provision for civil, because that one takes the cake in many ways.
But it's rich coming from.
Do you understand the innovation there? You can civilly sue someone without criminally. There's no criminal concomitant, and you can do it anonymously.
Yep.
Are harmful to society. They infantilize women, incentivize promiscuous sexual behavior, destroy relationships between men and women.
I guess I would say like general trust, or I don't know. This is a word I'm looking for.
The fabric of trust.
Yeah.
Thus, and I would say like thus. It's just complicated. Comma thus contributing to our society's horrific sense of loneliness. Epidemic of loneliness. That's a great little what do you call these things? Statement? Proposition?
Thesis? Proposition. Yeah.
Debate. Wow, got a little fancy there. It's the plural of debate in ancient Greek.
Prompt. I would love to see you get somebody to argue this with. I feel like almost anybody would take this.
Yeah,
revenge porn laws, and especially the provision for civil lawsuits regarding non-consensually disseminated porn in VAWA, are harmful to society in that they infantilize women, incentivize promiscuous sexual behavior, and destroy the fabric of trust between men and women.
The delicate fabric of trust. Well, the delicate balance of trust, I would say.
Okay, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I wouldn't say balance of trust, just balance between women.
Sure.
Delicate power balance, maybe.
Sure, yeah, that's a good way to do it. It's delicate power balance. You should post this on Twitter. Let's post this on your Twitter right now. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Who should we tag? Who would you want to theoretically debate about this?
Who would even entertain that?
Anyone. Doesn't everyone pay attention to my tweets?
No one pays attention to your tweets.
What is your login?
Why
Ben
would
Thorpe Evil?
anyone pay
Isn't that
attention to your tweets?
Password? Don't say it.
How would I know?
This is one of the many ways that I control him.
What's the frequency? Kenneth, a shout.
Oh my god, I can't believe that worked. Okay. All right, let's see here. You have 3 messages.
Oh. All right, we're done with this.
Ethan Ralph told you to eat a dick.
You never followed up on that?
No. Some woman called Angela is DMing you.
What is it?
You called her a Pepsler?
You called me an F-slur?
No, you called him an F-slur. Yo, Kitty. Thank you for the $5. Live your life.
Thank you, Kitty.
Live your life.
They are, man.
Love it.
Okay,
all
let's do
right.
a post.
So,
in light
I guess
of
y'all
the
flushed
recent
everything
Destiny
you guys had.
drama, controversy.
Again.
Hold on, let me just bring this up so people can see.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a
Okay.
bump of viewers.
In light of the recent Destiny
A little bit for
controversy,
this.
I would like to propose a
short-lived.
debate
This stuff is boring.
on
The reason why no one watches y'all is because it's
porn
boring.
laws.
Unless
topic-
y'all have controversy
The proposition.
The proposition.
or run into
I would
characters
defend
in
would be.
real life.
Right, nicely stated. Maybe put that in a different. No, you can capitalize that.
Yeah, revenge porn laws.
All
right.
Dad.
Italicize.
I'm gonna start grilling.
Oh yeah, can you?
soon.
Let's see here. I don't know if you can italicize.
This is
Boom.
like I said, out of pocket of time. This is kind of what I do. I
Willing
listen to it.
debate anyone on any platform.
We'll talk about it tomorrow for sure.
Anyone
Or
on
Sunday,
any
yeah.
platform with any moderation of their choosing.
Wow.
Otherwise, I remain the under caps